I feel like the back line definitely has done a lot. I mean, just not even speaking anything on the ball, but just their defensive hustle and their work to get back and their work, like you said, to keep the ball out of the net, I think inspires the rest of us. Like when we look back there, we're like, you know what, we might have made a mistake, but they covered us, and so we only feel the need to just go out and get a goal for them. But I think like you have Bella and Jess on either side, adding dimension to the back line. I mean, Brooke and Sasha have done such a good job when our goalkeeper gets it, building out of the back and keeping the ball. And I think we've definitely progressed over this season and last season of allowing them to get the ball and help play the ball to our six or dictate the play and like just skip the pass. And I think that's just made us much more dangerous to other teams because now they not only have to worry about our six and attacking players, but also our back four.
Cindy, you're obviously a leader here on this team. What can you tell us about like just the team's composure and grit that y'all have, especially after LSU scored that first point in the first 10 minutes?
Well, something we've definitely talked about this season is, all right, we had the last season and we got to put that behind us, but what's going to be our new motto this year, and what's just going to be something that inspires us to play hard, and something that Coach Mike has said, and even Bella, one of our captains, has said is, who are we playing for? Like, you have to look to the person next to you because Alabama is so much bigger than any one of our players. And so it's really just like looking to the person next to you, even someone off the field, who are you playing for? And just like how we bounce back. Even last year, we got scored on, we went down, and it's always how you respond. That's just the game of sports in general. Like, no coach ever wonders, oh, like, why'd you make that mistake? They never worry if you make that mistake. The best players in the world make mistakes. It's all how you respond. And I think our team just does a really good job of like looking at each other while taking the responsibility on themselves to bounce back and be like, you know what, this is adversity. We've all faced adversity, and I think we just do a really good job at leaning on each other and pushing each other to become just the best team and just get goals back.
Yeah, you all have struggled to kind of win consecutive games in SEC play. Big win against LSU on Friday. How do you guys keep that momentum going into Ole Miss and the rest of the season?
I think we just think about like how we went into that game and what we did well. And I mean, the SEC is just such a hard conference in general. I mean, you have the Georgias, the Ole Miss coming up, the LSUs. I think every single team here, you can't take a break. And so I think it's just kind of looking back and like, all right, we have that in the books, that one's done, and you just think about like we played as a team. I think that was our best team game. I think all the goals came from a great buildup, like we said, out of the back, and I think it's just building off of that and like leaning on each other and just kind of keeping that high energy, because even our bench, like we had just great energy from the start of the game, and even when we got scored on, like no one kind of put their head down. Like we all just kept our heads up and kept working, because this team has so many good individual players that when we all come together, that I think we're unstoppable.
As fans, you can tell that you guys aren't just a team, you are also a family. What are you guys doing in practice to solidify, just to be ready for the SEC tournament and even just Ole Miss?
Definitely, it's just pushing each other. I think we have one of the best lines in the SEC, and I think we have some of the best attackers in the SEC. And so it's kind of iron sharpens iron, where we have the best players going against each other, and we never take a play off. We always practice how we play. And I think the biggest motto is you practice hard so the game is easy. And if we go at each other like we do, and it's an encouraging at each other, it's like a very good grit and hustle where we're pushing each other, obviously being safe with one another, but just pushing each other and having just an idea of kind of what we want allows us to just get ourselves prepared for our opponents coming up.